One of the very best ways to improve pelvic mobility and to relieve lower back pain is using the pelvic clock. We're going to imagine that there's a clock face over the pelvis like this. So in a lying down position, the primary movement we'll start with is moving between 6 and 12. And a 6 is arching the small of the back so that the tailbone touches, and then flattening back so that the top of the sacrum and the low back touches. So we go to 6, arching to touch the tailbone, and then flattening back for 12. Now we're going to just change the orientation here, and we'll do 6, 12 a couple of times in this position. So we'll start with arching to 6, touch the tailbone, and then flatten back for 12. And once again, arching for 6, touch the tailbone, flatten back to touch the top of the sacrum and the small of the back. We'll come to neutral here, and now we're going to move between 3 and 9. So over to the left for 3 and to the right for 9. Just a little touch here, 3 and 9. Don't force anything, just a very simple movement. We're moving to 3. The 9 side lifts, and moving to 9, and the 3 side lifts. And we'll come to neutral again, and now we're going to move between 6, 1, 6, 11. So we'll arch for 6, and we're going to come back to touch 1, and arch for 6, and come back to touch 11. And once again, arching for 6 and flattening back to touch 1 at an angle. Arching for 6 and flattening back to touch 11 at an angle. And now we'll touch 6 and 12 for our transition here. And now we're going to do a clock, moving around the clock. We'll start counterclockwise to 9, 6, 3, and 12. And we'll go back to where we came from. 3, 6, 9, and 12. And we'll return to 9, 6, 3, and 12, and 3, 6, 9, and 12. And then we'll finish with our primary movement of just 6, and then 12, and arching for 6, and flattening back for 12. And that will complete our sequence for the pelvic clock.